Hi everyone, welcome back to my final indie spotlight. This one's a bit of a special one because it's Panzer Dragoon Remake. I have played this before on stream like ages ago when it came out, but it's also a little bit of a special game because it's a remake of a Saturn game. So this is sort of a Saturn game and an indie spotlight mixed in one. Oh, it's you. Yeah, there's also a special announcement as well. I'm privy to some insider information. However, there's an embargo which is lifting in just under 50 minutes. So as soon as I finish with the playthrough, I will be sharing that information as soon as time allows me to do so. But it's some very exciting Panzer Dragoon related news. Anyway, let's go through this. Performance mode, no. Classic reticle, yeah. Input mapping we won't worry about. Sound settings. Yeah, we'll have the original soundtrack actually. I think when I played it before I had the remastered soundtrack with the fancy orchestrated music. But I think I'll go for the original. Nothing beats the original. Right, new game. I think I'm going to do easy, to be honest. I'm after a bit of a relaxing stream and I have been this before, so let's just do that. Ow! My cat is wanting to play, I think. Never mind. Let's watch the cutscene and have a drink of water. If I have water. Can I have a bit of yours, Darren?
Yeah.
Thanks. My wife is sharing. So this sort of explains the story of Panzer Dragoon, if you're familiar with it. Now, the story isn't really much. To be honest, when I first played this game, I didn't really have a clue what was going on. Same with the second game, I kind of had bits of knowledge about things that were happening, but it was very vague. It was only when I played Panzer Dragoon Saga, which tells an actual comprehensive story and ties into 1 and 5, that I actually kind of understood the story a little bit more. Anyway, this is basically in some kind of apocalyptic kind of world, and there's these towers over a great deal of power. And in it there are these mythical dragons. And anyway, this dragon, this dark dragon, this nasty one, which we'll see soonish, is trying to get to this tower in order to activate and basically gain access to a mega weapon. And the good dragon is trying to stop it. However, the rider dies just before, which we'll see in the cutscene. This is just introducing us to our protagonist. I honestly can't remember his name because, you know, they've got weird kind of fantasy names. So just done some kind of weird crab thing on, I don't know, it looks a bit like Elon from the Oddworld series. I have no idea what the riding camel thing is. I'm actually surprisingly quite bad with Panzer Dragoon lore. I kind of know it vaguely, even with Saga. I kind of just know it generally thereabouts. I should probably get into a bit more and perhaps even replay Saga. Here we go, so it's found an ancient ruin. Dead creatures, etc. One gripe I do have about the remake is that you see that flashing skip logo at the bottom all the time. You can only just see it on the stream because it's sort of cut out by the overlay. But at the bottom it's just flashing skip B, which can be a little bit distracting. Anything down? A bit distracting. Maybe I'm just a very distracted kind of person. Oh, dead books. We have these creatures. These creatures are quite cool. You see them more in the spies in this game from what I remember. They has been a while. But I remember seeing a bunch of them in Spy, and then in Saga you see a bunch of them too. I kind of like the design of them because they've got that white shell, and then, I don't know, it looks like muscles or something underneath, or it could be, yeah, I think they're organic. I would say it could be robotic or something, but I'm pretty sure they're just muscles. Cool. And there's our little dragon friend. Oh, here's our hero cowering like the coward he is. He's even giving up. And there's the Dark Dragon along with our hero. Well, our heroic dragon anyway. He's a big bugger as well. Right, so he's fucking off. He's gonna try and find this weapon. Wanna watch it, cat? Look, it's a dragon. Oh, look. Oh. He's got a derpy face, hasn't he? Hasn't he? Oh, your man's dead. But he's passing on his insider information. Right, so there's the tower. These ancient mythical towers. As I say inside here, you find out a bit more about the towers, which I've kind of forgotten a lot of. But they're basically some kind of weapon, so he's showing what will happen if the dude gets there. Well, there we go. He's lost all his chest juice. Yeah, he got his gun. Right, come on, dickhead, let's fly. Hey! Now's not a time for playing, cat. The cat's in a playing mood, obviously while I'm streaming. Right, here we go, episode 1. Episode 1 any minute now. So anyway, yeah, this got recently released on the Xbox, I believe. On, I don't know, Xbox One, I think. Could be the Series X, I'm not sure. But it did just get a recent release on the Xbox, and I think it's also on the PlayStation as well. Of course, I'm playing the Switch version, which has been out like for ages. Even back when it was janky and had some major issues. Like some really serious things. But that's all been patched up. So the gameplay, for anyone who's not played it, it's a real shoot, so it's a little bit like Wild Wars. No, I'm dressing down cold. Simmer down. So yeah, it plays a little bit like Star Fox, apart from it actually plays quite different to Star Fox. Because what you can do, which I'll show you in a minute, if I can get my lock on properly, is you can turn in like 90-degree angles. So it adds a lot more like tactical nature to it, rather than just shooting and hoping for the best. And obviously the setting, rather than a space setting, you can use fantasy setting. It's kind of neat. Do I like it more than Star Fox? I'm not sure. They're both kind of cool in the different ways. Although the problem with Star Fox is you've got like Star Fox 64, which is great, and then you've got Star Fox 64. Like the other games are a bit like Star Fox Assault is okay, but the ground sections are a bit wonky. Adventures isn't really a Star Fox game. And then like some of the others are just kind of alright. Good thing about Panzer Dragoon is like so yeah, those are over there, so now I can turn around and adjust my aim. Right, I can't shoot these. I might not show you on this. If you shoot them, they kind of split them into four. They're kind of like those, if you play Mega Man 9, it's like those mini devils. Where you're probably best off just avoiding them. Because otherwise then it's more of a pain in the ass. The nice thing about this version as well compared to the original is that it's all seamless in levels. You do have quite a long opening loading screen between each level, but once you're in the level it's all loaded. The original Saturn mode had lots of transitions, so you do a section and then there'll be like a mini loading screen to get to the next one. You don't have any idea. Oh. Okay, so we're at the boss already. So this is the battleship, which are quite common sight in the Panzer series. Although this is like a heavy warship, which is like a boss. So like the lock-on kinda works for this, but you're also kind of better off just shooting it. It depends, like sometimes like that you can get a good lock on, you can get some good hits. It's also worth shooting down the projectiles. Got it. Damage done. He always tricks the raiders. I always think he's going to go to the other side. Sneaky little bugger. Right. Now, I don't think we can do much damage to him. Can we? No, we can't. We also have to worry about just got it. Right. Okay, I don't think I can do any more damage to shoot this down. Yeah. Got him. Thank you. Congratulations. You're welcome. Right, I'm gonna kill all of them. Oh, I missed one. 99%, not too bad. Don't know who I missed. Transmission from the patrol ship. Right, so you've also got the Dark Dragon as well, which is going for the tower, but then these fleets, they want to capture you, so they're after you. Now I think the Dark Dragon may be in allegiance with the Imperial fellas, but I honestly don't remember. Either way, I know that you gotta deal with both of them. I don't know if it's me, but these loading screens seem to be longer than I remember. Although looking at the little dragon going round in circles is kind of mesmerising. Here we go. Right, so this level was probably my favourite in the Saturn version. Not as keen of it as it was, I'm not keen on it in this version, to be honest. Because the little sandbug thing, I don't like the design of it, to be honest, in the remake. I think it's the colours are too bright for it. And it looks a little bit derpy. It's alright. Right, maybe in the right direction here. It doesn't really look as intimidating. I always picture it like the sandworms. And this one doesn't really kind of give that impression. I mean, obviously it's based on the sandworm, but it doesn't quite look as threatening. Well, at least to me. Whoops. Well, it helps if I face the right direction. Ah! Little bother. Got it. Totally missed a few people there. That's some shots missed. Oh yeah, one thing about this game as well which is quite interesting is that you get life continues based on the points you have. So the better you do, like the higher accuracy and the more you jam, the more points you get after each level. And I think you get, I want to say you get more points depending on like a hard, playing on a harder difficulty. You might get less. But either way, those points grant you extra continues. I mean, on the easier difficulties, you don't really need it. Like 1 or 2 maybe for like the first time players, probably enough. But it's quite a nice system. It kind of has some replayability if you're trying to go through on the hard mode. Get it. think the lock-on is a little bit too slow. Oh, maybe not. There's a little fella. There we go, here's a man. A prototype dragon. Right, so this fella can summon like cyclones. Yeah, a little bit over there. He's not too difficult, he's a bit of a bugger. I think that's him gone. Wait, there. Oof. Thanks for redeeming that. I don't actually have Duke Nukem installed at the moment, so I can't actually do that. I'm gonna have to refund you that, to be honest. I forgot I even had that on. Anyway, how you doing, Teo? Can't even remember how to do these chat reward things, it's been so long. Good to see you anyway. Oh, I can't seem to do it. Ugh. I'll have to manage it afterwards, to be honest. It won't let me do it for some reason. What have you been up to anyway, Teo? I've not been able to catch you as much recently because I work a lot during the week, so I've not really been able to catch you. I try and look some mornings when I... Oh, yeah, you're a mod. Refund yourself. Anyway, yeah, I've tried to catch you some mornings to see if you're about, but I don't think you stream as often anymore. When is it you stream now? I know you cut down... Oh, you haven't streamed for 15 days, that's why I've not seen you now. I was thinking like the last couple of Fridays or so. I've been trying to check. Are you just taking a break from it or what? I think we get more Imperial ships on this level. Probably just looking at my own tail. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Tail. Hopefully it's like no personal issues. Although to be honest, I've not really been like in the mood. I've kind of just not been feeling streaming recently. Like I'm doing this one for a special occasion. There's a certain bit of Panzer Dragoon news that's going live very shortly, to be honest. So I'm happily going to announce that as soon as I'm able to. And that's the only reason why I'm streaming, to be honest. And I'm kind of going to rework how I'm going to stream. I think I might leave it to like challenge runs or speed runs or something special. Because like my indie stuff isn't really that popular, to be honest. So I think I'm going to focus on the indie stuff, like in written form, do written reviews. So I've been getting into writing reviews and stuff recently, like mini ones. So extending them and doing it that way might be a better solution. I don't know. I'm kind of working out what to do. Like Mario Maker is obviously the most popular thing that I've ever streamed. But I don't really enjoy streaming Mario Maker that much. It's kind of a mixed bag. Like sometimes I have streams where I'm like, oh, that was really cool. And then other times it feels like a chore. And I kind of don't want that. I want something that I enjoy doing, like other people enjoy doing. So I'm going to rework things for 2021. I assume that's what you're doing as well. You're just kind of getting your head together and working out something else to do. I've also noticed that you've changed your name again. I think you were you X-Tail the last time, and now you're Y-Tail? I would ask you why, Tail, but I think that could be the joke. Do I have to actually shoot these down? I think I probably did. Oh, there we go. Oh, you can. Yeah. I mean, it's difficult as well, like, it's kind of difficult to even see anyone with, like, the whole pandemic thing going on. I mean, like, for example, at Christmas, we're not, like, having all the family and stuff together. We're kind of going a day later and just doing it separate because of, the whole pandemic situation. Which is kind of a bit depressing, but, hopefully the vaccine turns out well and things get a bit more back to normality. The world will seem like a better place. I'm hoping as well with things changing in America in January, with the change of president, things might get a bit better in the world, instead of having this fucking nonsense all the time. Like even now it's been a big baby about the whole election thing. Like we've had about 50 recounts, well I say not even in America, but they've had like about 50 recounts or something. So it's like Biden won more, elections than there have been presidents in the United States of America. And he still doesn't accept it. Yeah, my mother actually got the vaccine today. She's getting another one. Was it today, darling, or was it yesterday? Yeah, and on the 8th of January she's getting the booster. So, we'll see how that goes. I'm not sure whether or not we'll be getting it because apparently there's an issue at the moment with regards to fertility, which is kind of worrying us, if we kind of want to start a family and that. But if there's like an updated version or it's kind of shown that it's actually not a problem, then I'm kind of happy to take it. I mean, it kind of not. Doesn't really like injections and stuff. I'll be more than happy to take it. I just want all this to be over, to be honest. All the virus and shit. I don't mind wearing the mask too much. Wearing it all day is a bit of a hassle. Mainly because I work as a teacher, so I'm speaking a lot and it gets really sweaty. So it can be a bit troublesome. But I kind of like the idea of the mask. I think it's good for like summers and stuff, for like hay fever. That's one thing I'm looking forward to. Wearing a mask in future summers. Kangaroo fella down. There we go. Anyway, when did your friend get it? Ooh, got wrong into the face. Have you experienced any of the side effects or anything yet? Yeah, that's a good thing as well. In cold weather, it's actually quite nice. I find that when I'm cold, my face is actually quite warm. Because the mask is protecting it, I'm sort of warming my face up with my breath. So that's quite nice.
Yeah, when I go to work.
Yeah, it's quite nice, yeah. I mean, it's not nice after a full day of wearing it when it's kind of cloudy, but...
At 7 in the morning?
Yeah. First thing in the morning or late at night, it's quite nice. So it's kind of nice that these masks are kind of getting normalised a little bit. Because I think I probably will wear it once all this is over. Not all the time, but just occasionally. Yeah. I mean, as I said, just like speaking a lot, it tends to get a bit sweaty. So the hot weather does kind of get a little bit iffy. I'm hoping things get a little bit better by summer. I mean, the good thing is I don't work during summer. However, it starts to get warm here, like what, May? Sometimes April? Yeah, April, May, it starts to get warm here. So obviously we still have to deal with it for at least a couple of months. Yeah, and it gets cold in November. But hopefully by then things will be a little bit improved. We'll probably still have to wear masks, I imagine. If the virus has gone back. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I mean, to be honest, if I had to go through a shitty thing in my life, I'd kind of prefer it as this than like a war. Because I'm not gonna lie, I'd be shit in the battlefield. One, I wouldn't actually want to shoot anyone. But also, yeah, I don't think I'm in a fit state to win any wars. While the pandemic, I'm happy to stay in my house and use like gel 50 million times a day. That seems like something I can do. I don't understand why there's so many people that think it's a massive ass. Thinking the government's trying to control us even though this isn't the first pandemic the world has. Things went back to normality afterwards. That's just kinda how it is. I think that's the kind of major thing at the moment, is just the lack of social interaction. I mean, not exactly the most social of people anyway, but still there's a difference between not wanting to socialise very much and actually not being able to socialise with people. I mean, I suppose one of the good things about my job is that I kind of socialise with people because, you know, I work with students, but it's more of an educational thing. I'm teaching them and not just chatting with them. I do have older students though, so it's a little bit better than just like teaching them, you know, the numbers and the animals. That kind of stuff would be worse. At least I actually have proper conversations. By the way, this is probably my favourite level in the remake, is this one with the tunnels. I'm quite fond of it in the original game, but I'll say I do prefer the second level. But in the remake, I think this one's the better one. Oh, it's a little quiet. I'll pick it up a bit. I think maybe the game is a little high. I had to turn it up for the last game, I think. I'll turn the game down a tad. Let me know how it is, Teo. If it's still iffy, I'll turn the mic up a bit. Oh, it's this fella. I've just walked into him like an idiot. The Guardian. This is the one that people usually die at. Oh, Moltres here. Because people don't know how to beat him, they just keep like locking onto him and he just shrugs off the bullets. But what he's supposed to do is, one, you have to wait until his health bar shows, and you have to use single shots. Oops. I forgot I could shoot that down. move a little bit further away from the mic, because otherwise you'll hear me tapping my controller a bit. Yeah, how's my mic now? Hello? Oops. I keep locking on a force of habit. Ah! Cool. Nice there. Usually I kind of load up first and just check the volume levels, but I didn't today because I jumped straight into it. And that's what happens when you jump straight into it. Wait, come on. Okay. That would be terrible. Don't worry, he's harmless now. He's harmless now. I'm here all night. There we go. See you, mate. I think I get extra points by shooting him afterwards, but I didn't bother. Yeah, it won't know it, darling. Yeah.
Well, my feet are cold.
My ears are roasting.
Do you want me to stop it?
No, it's fine. Just my ears are getting a bit warm. This level is completely different to the original one. So, Episode 5 is an interesting level because it's a cool level anyway in the original, but it's a forest, and with the Saturn graphics you can't really work out what's going on. Whereas in this one, they completely revitalized it, and it actually looks like a forest now, but like a really good forest. In fact, episode 6 as well, from what I remember, the final episode, also has a massive visual improvement. Not as much as 4 and 5, I reckon, but still a pretty big shift. It's weird, because like, episode 1 to 3 probably have the least improvement, and obviously that's the first half of the game that people experience. Whereas the back half of the game, I mean, look at this. This is just fantastic. I mean, if you compare it to the original, it's night and day. It doesn't even look like the same level, which is no bad thing because it just looks so much better. You can actually see the retreat, it's not just green mush. I mean, there's a little bit of green mush. But that's called vegetation. Ooh, you bugger. It's kind of weird how much extra dynamic the being able to turn 90 degrees does. It feels so much different to Star Fox, and the only real big change, apart from being in a fantasy setting, is this 90 degree angle turning. Gee, that shoot my ass. I forgot how much like bullet hell this section is. Look at it all. Ah, if I didn't die here, please? So yeah, if you haven't noticed, these like meteor things I have to shoot with single bullets, I can't lock onto them. Like even the lock on fire doesn't even do anything. I think there's a boss in it. Potentially. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure the boss is like this big thing with cannons. If not, it looks similar. Unless he comes back. Oh no, here we go. This is the guy. So yeah, I was right, it's the Imperial Stronghold is the boss. Which is a really neat boss as well. I like it. So all you've got to do for this one is to just shoot all the cannons. No tail, I didn't get Cyberpunk. Unfortunately, well I say unfortunately, given the state of it, maybe not unfortunately. But I don't have PS4, an Xbox, and my laptop won't be able to run anything other than a potato. From what I've heard, it's pretty shoddy in most versions, unless you have a decent PC. Have you got it, Tato? How does it run? Honestly, I didn't even really see much about Cyberpunk. Before it released, all I ever saw was that promo image of the woman with the mantis swords. Come on, turn around. And then recently I've just been seeing like loads of clips of janky footage, like cars falling through the road. And people with no textures. And just weird shit like that. It kind of looks pretty broken. I mean, how it looks on PS4 and Xbox One, it looks like it could have been a really bad Switch port of the game. Like Doom Eternal on Switch looks better than that. There we go. I think I have to shoot something else now. There's something down at the bottom maybe? Or it's on the other side. Yeah, I mean they clearly just rushed out for Christmas, and it seems like they're really ballsing up, and it seems like the PS4 and the Xbox One really should have done the game. It seems like it probably will never get fixed for those versions. It might get to a state where it's almost playable, but it's still going to be pretty low quality. Because if it's not great on the next gen consoles, then it's hardly going to be great on the current gen console. But yeah, I also hate that as well. where it's basically unfinished and then they fix it later. I mean, it's one thing improving it, but it's already in a decent state on releasing. But when it comes out a mess and then they just fix it, that I'm not too fond of. Yeah, like there's some games with day one patches that are bigger than the actual game, and it's not on. Here we go, final level. So this one is the Night City or something. So the approach to the tower. All these little bug creatures and stuff. Exactly, I mean, like, as you say, just release it when it's ready. They're apparently saying in the next few months they'll have it sorted. Why not release it for Easter? Because, I mean, they say all publicity is good publicity, but have you seen the publicity that they're getting? I don't think it's good publicity. They've gone from being like a well-respected company when they did like Witcher 3, and now their name is just shit. I have no idea what that code does. Up X, right Y, down B, up X. I don't know. Could be for episode 0 or something. Take a picture, I'll try later. Right, let's go. Let's finish this. So again, this one's a bit clearer as well. In the other one it was quite dark and you could sort of make out that there was a city. But like in this one, it's clear, you can actually see things. The cool thing about this level is that the dark dragon that we're chasing, we actually do chase him throughout the level. So he's not just a boss at the end, although obviously he is the boss. But we're actually kind of keeping him at bay by just plugging him in the ass with our laser shots. What do you think? Bye bye. Thing is as well, Taya, you know things are really bad when Sony has taken the game from the shop and is giving refunds. Like when it comes to refunds, Sony's like Nintendo, it's like, we're not going to do it for absolutely anything. But not only are they giving refunds for Cyberpunk 2077, they've just delisted it from the store as well. Like a big AAA release that's been like hotly anticipated for the last 8 years, and they're pulling it from the store. That's how much of a state it's in. But honestly, I'm kinda happy that it's kinda getting all this slack. Because, as you say, too many games are kinda doing that these days. They're releasing unfinished, and they're making the gamers the beta testers. So they're finding out the problems and then just fixing it later. And I kind of want this to make, you know, all those developers that think that's a good idea, I want them to think twice. I remember back in the day, you'd get a game and it would be finished. And if it was broken and you couldn't beat it for whatever reason, then word would get around and no one would buy it because it would never get fixed unless they released another game, like another version. It wasn't just a patch, you had to release more cartridges with a fixed version later. Which obviously you did get back in the day, like Revenge of Shinobi for example, wasn't broken, but you know, they took loads of copyrighted stuff like Spider-Man and Batman and Terminator and Godzilla and stuff like that without asking. And then, needless to say, they got in a bit of trouble with it, so they had to re-release it, slightly changed. So obviously they have to re-release more cartridges. But like now, download a patch, job's done. Right, I'm going to pause the game briefly because now it's the time to discuss the announcement. The announcement probably happened like a minute ago because I'm a little bit late, so I'm happy to cover it now. So, Limited Run Games have already released a physical version of Panzer Dragoon Saga. However, the publisher, Forever Entertainment, have started Forever Limited, and they're going to be making their own physical versions of games. They're releasing one for the Sparkle Collection, FIFA Unlimited, and, of course, Panzer Dragoon. There are going to be 3 versions of Panzer Dragoon. There's one which is the game and box. There's another which with a bunch of like extra stuff like controller skins, posters, artwork, a special case. And then you have this. You have the Ultimate Edition, which retails for just over €100. So maybe not too bad. It depends on the size of the statue. It comes with a laser cut crystal statue of the Panzer Dragoon dragon on top of a mountain, which you can see like more or less in the middle of the picture. Like, we'll make that bad boy a little bit bigger. Look at that. That's pretty cool, is that? So you get the laser cut dragon. Not sure of the specifications. You get some artwork with it as well, some cool looking artwork. You've got the physical game. You've got like certificates as well. You've got a collector's box. You know, if you're a big fan of the Panzer series, this is a major collector's item. It's not quite a Panzer Dragoon's remake announcement, which will be coming at some point, but still, it's a really neat thing for collectors, and it's pretty exciting that this even exists. Yeah, I think they are doing physical versions of them as well. I've heard rumours of it. But yeah, so there's like going to be a special physical version of Panzer Dragoon Remake, and I'm kind of excited for them. It's a pretty big deal for them, not only to be publishing their own physical release, but it's got some really cool stuff with it. Because I'm a moderator in their Discord as well, I'm being gifted the limited edition version, which is like the middle release. So it comes with the special edition case and the Switch skins and stuff. But obviously the main thing it's missing is the Crystal Dragon, understandably, because I can't imagine those are very cheap today. But that'll be neat. I'm looking forward to getting it. Add it to my Panzer Dragoon collection. When I say collection, I've got 3 of the games. And I know that at least one of the remaining games is pretty expensive. Like, I think Panzer Dragoon Mini is pretty rare. But, you know, it's also pretty shit, so I'm kinda happy to get the emulated version on a Pi, to be honest. Admittedly. And Orta, I've never played Orta. But I will have to find a way of playing it one day, if you know what I mean. Right, so here we go, we've finally reached the tower. Tower's opened up, armed its weapon. So now it's time to actually take on the boss before he activates it. Here we go, last episode, let's shoot him down. It says last episode, but really it's just a boss. Got lots of loading for a boss. There we go. Just as I'm taking a drink, that's when it appears. A useful hack, by the way, if you ever want a game to load faster, all you've got to do is like take a drink or decide to go for a pee or do something like that, and you know the game's going to load right up. So we go, the dragon's transformed into the Super Dragon. Not the weapon from Perfect Dark, unfortunately, but this big fella. And we're going to take off his armour and then finish off the dude inside. Let's hope I can remember how to fight him. Or best off just watching them. Now what comes wrong? Guys doesn't matter. avoid his slashes. At least try my best. I'm doing alright. Oh! I would say that was a skillful avoidance of his tail, but honestly, that other time was just luck. Here we go, that's his armor beat. Take out his dickhead then. You want some? Oh, he's off for a swim. He's having a little bit of a swim. And not a fighting? I guess not. I can't remember if there's like a secret battle where you have to do it in a certain amount of time, or whether I'm just confusing with Panzer Dragoon's Vi. I seem to remember a boss where the dragon's going across the waves. Maybe I haven't defeated the dragon, he's just buggered off. I honestly don't remember, I'll have to check that. I also seem to be getting a little bit of deja vu with this conversation in my head, so maybe I thought this the last time I played it. I'll have to double check it, either way. It's win enough for me. And the Panzer Dragoon has saved the day. Sacrificed himself to destroy the weapon, I think. And there's our dude on the hot sands. I hope he hasn't sacrificed himself. That dark dragon is clearly still alive. Unless he drowned. He was just off for a swim. And here we go. We're getting the credits with some artwork. So that was the Panzer Dragoon Remake. It's quite a short game, but it's designed to be replayable with you know, a few different difficulty modes, and obviously the hard mode is quite significantly harder. But yeah, it's a real cool game. It's a nice game to jump back into every now and then and replay. But thank you very much for coming and enjoying that. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you enjoyed the news as well, which I was quite excited by when I heard it. And thank you very much for joining the last ever Indie Spotlight, and it was a cracker. So I'll see you around. Teo, hopefully I'll see you in a stream soon. I'll keep an eye out. Send me a message or something on Twitch by DM or something. Like when you have an idea in your mind about when you're going to next be streaming. Just so hopefully I can catch you. But if not, I'm sure I'll see you around. Right. Thank you and bye bye.